Hello everyone, this is Mary Gregory with MAS Coding Solutions. How are everyone doing this beautiful day? I think it's July the 13th. It's a beautiful day here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hot, but beautiful. So I hope you're having great weather wherever you are in this United States or in the world. Maybe you're out traveling the world, who knows. If you are, have a good time and be safe. Well, today we're going to be continuing our lesson on and preparing for the CCS and also preparing for inpatient coding. Last time we talked about the discharge statuses. Today we're going to be talking about what we call a mission source and a mission type. If you take the CCS, you may have a couple questions about this. In inpatient coding, if you work at a facility, just depending on the type of facility you work at, some facilities are larger than others, you may or may not have to help capture this information. CMS, Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, you have to capture this information for them on inpatients. Now, you can do it on outpatient as well, but it's mandatory on inpatients. So let's talk about what we call the mission source. The mission source simply means, where did that patient come from? Did that patient come from home? Did that patient come from a nursing home? Did that patient come from another facility? You actually have a number that we use, or code, let's put it like that, and it actually goes to the UB 1450. That's the inpatient billing form. Now, if you bill an outpatient, you know you bill on the 1500. We, on the inpatient side, we bill on the 1400, and I think we're up to 1450 now. And on form locator 14 is where you're going to put this information about where did this patient come from. This information is really critical in dealing with our PSIs, our patient safety indicators, and our quality review. Because some patients are eliminated from those types of reviews if they come from a nursing home. How about that? And so it's very important to capture that information. Did the patient come in from a nursing home? And if so, we need to capture that. We need to capture if the patient was transferred from one acute facility to another acute facility. We have to capture that information. In 2010, we used to capture the information if they came in from the emergency department. Well, in 2010, July 1st, 2010, CMS eliminated that particular one. Now, there was a lot of comments about that. A lot of the facilities didn't want that because evidently, and I can't tell you why, it has something to do with payment. A lot of this have to do with payment. And also data collection. You ever wonder how people know how many people came into the ER from a nursing home, or how many people got admitted from a nursing home? Well, they can capture this information from this UB thing, because we have a special code for when someone comes in from a nursing home. It could be a nursing home. It can be intermediate care facility, ICF. So they want to capture that information as well. They also want, like I said, they want to know transfers. Did you get a patient from hospital A and you are hospital B? Or maybe you hospital B and you transfer them to hospital C. I've never seen a patient get transferred that much, but that's not to say it can't happen. So you want to make sure that you are capturing these admit source. Now, like I said, I have worked in facilities where they asked me as a coding consultant to make sure it was accurate. In other words, this information generally is captured at the time of admission by whoever's admitting the patient. They're supposed to capture this information. Well, sometimes, the physician would tell you in the H&P or in their first progress note that the patient came in from a nursing home. Sometimes this information will be in a discharge summary. They may document that the patient is being returned to a nursing home. And so there's ways to get that information and to make sure the information is accurate. And always remember, sometimes, whether we like it or not, as a coder, we're the last stop. And so sometimes they will give us that responsibility, but not always. So that is the admission source. Where did the patient come from? The admission type is different. And I believe admission type maybe been form locator 15 on the UB 1400. And you know what? If this information is missing, guess what? The bill is going to be, the claim is going to be rejected. And people don't understand that. Sometimes claim rejection is so many different reasons why a claim can be rejected. And of course they'll give you the reason codes, but I have found out over time, those reason codes sometimes that they give you on your denial makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. You have to go back and decipher them. But anyway, let's talk about the admission type. So you got your admission source, where the patient comes from, and you can Google this and get these codes off of the internet or from one of the areas Medicare Administrative Contractors. You can get that information from their site. So like I just know someone by heart, and because I just have to know them. Now, your admission visit code means, was that patient an emergency, a life-threatening admission? Was the patient an urgent admission? It wasn't life-threatening, but they needed to be admitted to the first available bed. Was it an elective admission? That means that it was pre-planned. Maybe somebody know that they're going to come in for coronary artery bypass. Then, of course, that's going to be an elective admission, if they know that. Now, of course, there are times when patients come in through the emergency room. As an emergency, they're having an acute MI, and things are going on with them, and they may wind up having surgery, but that's an emergency admission. But you also can have those patients where they know they need to have a coronary artery bypass, and they can plan for when they want to come in. That's an elective admission. And then we have newborns, okay? So we got an admit source for newborn. And then we have trauma center. We got a admit source for trauma center. Now, everybody's not a trauma center. You have to be designated as a trauma center. And you can be a trauma center, I think, level 1, level 2, and level 3 trauma centers. And so you have to have that designation for someone to be admitted from. If you, like here in my state, in my city, we do have a designated trauma center here. And so when someone comes to their facility, and of course, you know, we're dealing with trauma. It could be a gunshot wound, stabbing, car accident, fall out of a tree. It's some type of trauma, and they go there and they get admitted from there. Then their admit code is going to be for trauma, which is 5. So watch out for these things. Like I said, they may be on the CCS test. And you know what, as an inpatient coder, a lot of times with inpatient coding, whether we like it or not, they expect you to know a lot of things. And so they may come to you as an inpatient coder and talk to you about admit source, or they may talk to you about the type of visit, type of admission, or the visit codes. That's how I found out about it. One day, one of my bosses came to him and said, "Okay, Mary, tell me about this. We got to do something with this." And so you as an inpatient coder, you have to know a lot. You're not just there to put a number on the paper, okay, or in the computer now. It's more than that. To get that label as a great coder, to get that label as a coder that someone really, really want to hire and give you a great recommendation if you decide to leave, then you're going to have to know other things. It's imperative, okay? Anyway, that's going to end our lesson for today. I hope you get something out of it. Remember, this is good information. Especially if you're going to become an inpatient coder. You're taking the CCS. I don't know if the AAPC, CIC, they got a certified inpatient coding test they may have this on there as well, because they get into a lot of the form locators. So make sure you understand how to use these. You got even some additional, if you go out to one of those Mac sites, it will actually give you like the definition of one, the patient coming from home. Well, see, sometimes you may think, well, it's just a patient coming from home. Well, that could be a patient coming from a physician office. Maybe he went to the physician office first and then came to the hospital. So it doesn't necessarily mean the patient came directly from home to the hospital. It could mean that the patient came from some type of office visit and came into the facility. So there's additional information out there about these codes, and you want to be able to understand them in case they give you a question. Well, I'm going to sign off for today. Remember, you can follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn. Also, I'm on TikTok. Whoa, I finally made it happen on TikTok. You all, I'm going to give myself a hand, a pat on the back, because I finally got it done. I am so excited. And our membership site is coming in August. So I just look forward to you all following me. And thank you for following me. You don't have to do that. Your time is valuable, okay? Everybody's time is invaluable. Your time is valuable, and I appreciate it. Our website is www.mascodingsolution.com. Look forward to talking to you soon.